Let's see if we can get back at this. I do apologize. I don't know why we just cut off. It said that I was on and blah blah blah. I don't know. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I'm not even gonna say that it's some type of conspiracy or some type of bull crap. I'm not even gonna say that. I don't quite. I don't. I don't think people who. I don't think certain people have certain type of power. I just think that sometimes certain things happen at a time that seem to be convenient for other people, but that's just how it is. I don't believe that someone purposely cut us off. I don't believe that. I believe that things happen for a reason. Maybe I was saying something and I didn't need to be saying it. And maybe it was just for my benefit because I was the only one talking. I'm sorry. Fame was actually on the phone. Etzel was on the phone. And, I kind of y'all got to understand. I do get a little, I can be judgmental in conversation sometimes based on prior conversations or based on a, a, a message that you may have sent me once before or how I see how you move. What I've learned out here, um, what I learned out here is everybody that really rock with you in your face, they not really with you when you're not around. All right. And I don't mean that to be Fame or Essel. I'm just saying that in general. We can say that about a lot of things we got going on in our in our lives. JC, thank you, sis. I really needed that laugh you just gave me right there. That's why I love you, sis. She said, I'm still trying to figure out if you like the boyfriend. I'm going to leave the boyfriend conversations for another day. All right. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to leave that for another time. Um, Jeez, I wish I could reach out to you, sis. You don't want to hear my problems. No father wants his daughter to be with a boy or a man or whatever. None of us want to see that. And if so, we want him to be a certain way. We want him to, and that's just, I don't think that I'm that hard, to be honest with you, sis. I don't think there's a perfect man. All right. I'm no perfect man. So how can I expect a man to be perfect for my daughter? I'm a realistic individual. I don't think that there's a man out there. I think there's a suitable man for my daughter. I think there's a man out there who actually understands, um, you know, you have to somewhat be a traditional style man. You have to be a throwback guy because that's what my daughter's going to want. She's going to want a guy who opens the door for her. She's going to want a guy who understands that family is priority. She's going to want a dude that's going to want something for himself first. She understands that in order for her to be good, he has to be good. A lot of people put themselves ahead of people in relationships. You about to make me get into a Kevin Samuel type of conversation. A lot of us like to we want to make sure our wants and needs are first because we say if we good, then that's what a relationship is. And that to me is not what a relationship is. To me, a relationship is to make sure that the person wants you to be good, great, wants you to be good. You see what I'm saying? Like I want my wife to be good. She wants me to be good. So somewhere between the two of us, I think we make each other better. So that's kind of that. And any man that dates my daughter is gonna have a problem. They can't wake up every day and not have a schedule. My daughter woke up every day to a father who had a schedule. Every day I had something that I was ripping and running. I was doing something, and I didn't sit on the couch eating Cheerios and playing PlayStation. That's any man that think they're gonna enter my daughter's life that's doing shit like that. They got a whole nother thing coming because she's prepared. You know, uh, says, well, he didn't pass the daddy test. Well, sort of he did. He's a nice young man. And this is the first time she's ever dated a guy like this. In other words, I think since she's older, it's not about the fun anymore. It's still fun, but it's about, okay, I'm ready in my life. And she's young. She understands, like she's probably 10 years ahead of me when I was her age. I know for sure she is. She understands home ownership. She understands interest rates and stock market. She understands a lot of things in life that I had not a clue about when I was 24, 25 years old. So when you put your kids into those learning, when you put them in those things and they know them early, then it becomes important to them and they gravitate to people that know and do the same type of stuff. It's just like if I was raised in the streets, I wasn't really raised in the streets. I was out in the streets, but I wasn't raised in the streets. You feel me? There's a difference. If I was out in the streets and I had sons or daughters and I grew up street shit, chances are they're going to grow up street shit. See what I'm saying? So, no, I think our kids, our children are a reflection of who we are in a strange, oddly kind of way. If you have a father that's not engaged in his daughter or his son's life, somebody else will raise those kids. You could be in their house every day and sit down and be like, "Oh, I'll see you when you get back." When they walk out, somebody is putting in something in their head. They making them something. They putting something in the head that the absent father mentally is not putting in that child's head. So the key to a lot of this is being engaged. You can't just be there. You have to be engaged in your children's life. The things that you want them to. I heard a show the other day. I don't even remember what show it was or if it was just a clip or something. I promise I'll get back on where I'm going. I'm just waiting for people to come in. I heard something the other day that they said the worst parent in the world is a parent that don't want to see their children do better than them. And I was like, damn, the way he said that, I didn't even understand why somebody would say that. Like, why would you even say the worst parent in the world is a parent that don't want to see their kids do better than them? I would never say anything like that because I would never think that there's a parent that don't want their children to do better than them. And then I was like, that is so naive of me. There are parents that do not expect anything more from their children who than they've been able to do. So I don't really look at it. I shouldn't have looked at it I shouldn't have had that cynical way of seeing it. I should have got that message and interpreted a totally different way. Now I get it. It's not a parent don't want their kid to be more. I think some parents don't think their kids can do better or do more. And maybe there are some parents that just surely don't want to see their kid do better than them. I mean, I don't know. I can't even imagine it. I can't even imagine that. So that being said, I mean, I was watching some clip and there was some guy who, motivational speaker dudes who was talking that stuff. And they were like, there's parents out there that don't want to see, parents do better and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow, I never seen it that way. Tanika, what's good, sis? She says, Wyatt, there are not a lot of men built like you. Good luck with that, Wyatt. No, he don't, sis, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think there is. I really think there are. I think what happens is this, sis. I think that people don't want to believe that there are guys that are 25 years old. Here's the thing. I have an advantage in this particular area because of my daughter's dating a young man who was raised by his grandparents. Now, keep in mind, grandparents could be 60. I don't know. They could be 60. So that's kind of like my mother in them age. So I don't know if that 60-year-old or 68, 50, 65, I don't know if that 60-ish age group is the same. I don't know if that's the same age that would do like what my grandmother did, how my grandmother would raise a young man. My grandmother played a big part in raising me. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll get a chance to see this young man a little bit more and see how he's doing. What I'm saying now, so far, so good. But it's always that way at the beginning, most cases. All right, let me go to the phone lines real fast, if you guys don't mind, since we're getting back on track. I'm trying to get people to come back in. Most people probably thought we fell off and didn't come back in. They think we're gone, but we're still here. Maybe they'll find us, okay? Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
It's me, man.
Hey, twin, how you doing, bro?
I'm blessed. Okay.
Good. What's happening? What's on your mind?
It's your younger daughter.
It's my oldest.
Oh, the older. What's she about? 24?
She's 24. She'll be 25 in a couple months.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. They're growing up, man.
They are, bro. way
I
faster than
thought
I
they was
thought.
just baby girl and stuff. You know, no baby girl. We kind of act a donkey, man. Hate to say it. I'm scared about that little old nappy head ass 2012-year-old I got.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, I
I
was
hear you.
shocked about my 23-year-old man. You know, I ain't. I'll tell you a story like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Uh, she like to get a lawnmower started and everything. I had to get a fire started. I didn't know she was a dyke, man.
Excuse me.
I didn't know my daughter was a dyke.
You didn't know
And
your daughter was gay?
no, yeah, I didn't know that, man.
What's
Until I think I was shocked. I
oh
always thought, she was getting the wood, man. And
whoa, wait. Are we talking about your daughter, you saying?
yeah, man.
Oh
I'm
my God,
23 year
twin, you
old.
can't really, bro. Is
No,
that
I'm
cool?
just scared, man. I'm just going back. I'm speaking of experience, man.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
just
but
saying I was shocked about my daughter.
this is your daughter though. You're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay, bro. I
Hey, you brought it up. I'm just saying I
I
was
did
shocked.
not bring what you talking about up. I'm not talking about it like that. I mean, some of the words you using are just
No,
shocking to
I'm
me.
just saying I keep it real with my kids, man. You can't be softballing nothing out
Man,
here,
it's
man.
not a matter of
Gotta keep
being,
it real with your kids, man. Tell them how
bro.
you feel.
It's not a matter of being real or fake or false or none of that. It's a matter of being a little bit selective in how you say certain things. Like no one, no, I would never. I'm just saying. Okay, you twin, you do what you do, but I'm just saying like that's kind of hard. First, if your daughter's gay, that ain't gonna change anything in your life. You,
No, I'm expecting, and I thought she had a boyfriend because she had a boyfriend at first. And then, she was telling me and she asked me, his people. And I said, what street he stayed up? And she told me, I was like, man. And then next thing I know, I seen Chicago news where my cousin got killed and her girl got killed on the same block. And then I seen the picture of her. I'm like, hold on, is that your cousin or something? She say, no, me and her used to rock together. I said, hold on, you like to get a fast start? And then I was shocked and I couldn't say nothing. Now I'm like, dang, I'm so shocked. She said, what's wrong, dude? I like, I didn't know you got out. He said, yeah. I'm like, you still the same way? Not really, but by the time I checked, she like get the wood now. But but it's just shocking to me, man. I didn't know why. It was just shocking. And I seen the news and I told her, you all right? And everything. She told me and I seen the picture. I told you a story like 2 years ago, why?
okay.
That's when she got killed. I
Who?
mean, we talking about my dude, the girl she used to mess with got killed.
Oh, she was killed. Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
Oh man.
She was killed, man, on gang banging white.
Just out in the
Shot her up.
streets. Okay. Well, damn.
And that's why I was like, she was on the street with my cousin got killed. I'm like, Shorty. And then I looked at the picture on Facebook they posted. She's like, that's my girl. I'm like, huh? And it was just shocking to me because you never know. You try to figure your kids out, but you can't figure them out really till shit hit the fan. I was puzzled. I'm like, oh my.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I would be a little shocked if my daughter was gay. I
I ain't
would be.
like,
I would be shocked. But
I
that
mean,
doesn't mean I
why
would love her
my
less
daughter
or
like
anything.
tall, 6'1", almost, and chocolate ass little girl, and
Oh
I'm
my
thinking
goodness,
she
bro.
with a guy the whole time. She posted with him, man. Next thing I know, she posted with a girl. Oh, I was shocked. Why? Because you never know.
Yeah,
I was just shocked. It was shocking to me.
you never know. All right, twin. Let's switch the
All right, well,
let's.
we're gonna switch to yeah, yeah. I'm just saying you talking about family matters, so hey,
Yeah,
man, I told her I got a book, man. I don't play. I got a book. I've been through the wire, boy. But I'm still blessed. I'm still here. Hey, well, on a serious tip, man, let's get on this.
okay,
It's a puppy show, Wyatt.
okay.
Hey, only thing outside of this, Wyatt, don't nobody even want to take accountability, man. You find, look, Wyatt, just like you saying, man, you find the chief of police. It's too late now. You should have started there when that man opened his mouth early part of the year and said ain't no gang and ain't no gang and ain't no crime in Cincinnati. You should have fired her then around that time. As soon as he opened his mouth,
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
that
Wait a
mayor
minute.
have
Wait a
flat.
minute. Wait a minute.
Your favorite mayor.
wait a minute, wait a minute. I got a question for you, twin, on what you just said.
Yeah.
How do you fire a police chief because of what a mayor said to the public?
Hold on. Hold on.
You just said you
When
should have
it,
fired
hold
her
on,
then.
man. If you just listen,
Okay, go ahead.
listen,
My bad.
just listen. When he
Yeah.
said ain't no game and all that, here come the crime. Then here come what is this, October? You mean to tell me you go fire the chief right now? Okay, you fire what's still go up? You bring in an intern and everything. Right now it's too late because you know why? It's
What?
about to get cold outside, and Cincinnati don't like the cold weather. And them bullets about to rest for a minute. Unless they have a breakout in this sometime and as disrespectful weather turn around and be 80 again, then they gonna have to go donkey. But man, it's too late, man. You firing that chief and for what? Man, y'all should have been
Well, I mean, just
handling
think
this
about it.
situation.
Just think
It's
about it,
all
twin.
about business over people, man.
Well, just think
Business
about it.
over people. You protest like go ahead. I'm gonna finish
No,
this.
no, no. I
I hate
want you.
it.
I
I
want you to.
hate this.
I want
I
you to.
hate this with a
I
passion what
want you
they
to.
did, man.
I want you to finish, but I was kind of giving a little bit of ammunition, and that was, it wasn't that long ago this mayor was praising this chief.
Of course.
I mean, I'm talking about I got her back, everything's good, crime is down, there's no gangs, there's this and this and that. The crime didn't start after he said that. I kind of think you
Man,
just said that a little bit, but crime was, I've been talking about crime on this podcast for 5 years. And I know people think that it's me being one sided towards some things. No, it's me trying to wake people up to certain things that I've been saying at least for 5 years. I've been saying it much longer than 5 years. It's not just this administration of this current mayor. This has been going on for a long time, and they're just now figuring out. And I think Fame says something very important. He says something about The Wire. I don't know if you guys ever seen the show on The Wire. I think it's an HBO special, but you can see how administrations manipulate the books of the statistics, the stats on crime. They manipulate a lot of things, and they kind of do what they have to do in order to stay out of the way of what's going wrong. And I think that's what Fame was
you mean
basically.
a database?
Yeah, I mean, there's ways of
Yeah,
manipulating
yeah.
those
You see what
numbers.
happened in Chicago, right?
Yeah, I
On
mean,
that he say they don't get a real database. They
well,
finesse the system.
well, of course. I mean, it's almost like if
Yeah,
wide receivers, if quarterbacks or baseball players could write and do their own stats, if they could judge if a ball was hit to them and it was an error or just a base hit, they would always
yeah.
charge it as a base hit. They would never charge themselves as an error. You know what I'm saying? So if you control the numbers before they go to the bean counters, then you can manipulate what the public actually sees, and then the bean counters will publish it. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to manipulate
Yeah.
the numbers. It's easy to make certain crimes not be what they truly are. And here's my biggest problem. My biggest problem is you have so many people out here that try to make it seem like crime is being used as a tool, um, that crime is being used as a tool for other people to benefit. I think it's both ways. I think crime is being used for both sides to benefit. I think if there's no crime, the Republican side or the guys who talk about the crime, they don't really have anything to talk about. If the crime continues to happen, then you got one side that turns it into business. Crime is a business for a lot of people. And
Oh yeah.
that's kind of like where I'm at with it right now. People
Yeah. Yeah.
people are falling for things right in broad daylight, and it's like your leadership is lying to you right in your face, and for some odd
There you
reason
go.
other people find a way to bring up other people in their defense of what's being done to them. And I don't get that. But go ahead, twin, finish up, bro.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So I say it's too late in the game and all that, man. You should have whatever you did, and then he didn't even listen to like the FOP members, retired people that's going to retirement or on their way out the door. Like, hey, man, don't hire her. Oh no, she cool, she good Pete. Man, you should have listened to your
So
counterpart, the
why you
other
think they did
chiefs
that?
and all that other police officers when they told her in the door
So
she
twin,
wasn't good.
let me ask you a question. Let's do one of these type of things. Let's have a
Go
conversation.
ahead.
Instead of a crash out, we're gonna have a conversation. You might end up crashing out because of some of these questions, but I'm curious to know, why would you think that they would not even take in consideration former police officers, current police officers, union reps and union chiefs and
Because
stuff like that? Why?
things like this that happen in the street and people crying about whether it's business or whether it's some other level. she can't handle the pressure, and they feel like she not getting the job done.
No, no, no,
So
no, no. That wasn't
in
the
order for
question.
you,
That wasn't the question. My question to you was, why do you think that the leadership would just disregard the recommendations? Because I hear Brother Dre all the time. He's been, I don't know if you followed Brother Dre.
I heard him and
He
and
has
other
been,
officers was
yeah,
saying
he's been
she wasn't.
barking all this
Man, I don't
time.
think she strong enough
Right,
to
but
handle the pressure.
why
To
was
me,
that never
that's my answer to it.
hold on. Why wasn't it that's not, that can't be your answer, because that answer don't fit what I'm at. I don't want you to answer it the way I want you to answer it. I just need a good answer to the question, because hold on, I'm asking you, why do you think leadership did not take in consideration the other people who was basically saying she wouldn't be good for this position? She's not the one. She's not strong enough. She don't know policing well enough. She's been on the force for 35 years, so it's hard for me to
I
believe
think
that.
what you consider as a likable person, then we like just because of the likes. And I feel like the standards of a woman. She's been with the force for 30 years. They took it like that. She's a woman or whatever. Since we don't acknowledge our women like they say, she's been in the force that long. And let's give it a try. She know the system. She been a lieutenant,
You
captain, whatever.
you
That's
think
how they look. It's a likable situation. Her standing. They knew what was aiming at them. They knew about the FOP and other retirees and stuff. What they said, they didn't give a damn.
so?
It was
Why?
about the likes.
That's my question to you. Why do you think they
Yeah,
didn't give a damn?
it's about the light. It was about the light. They
Okay,
knew about the recommendations, all that. Okay, we hear all that noise about her,
so
that
you don't think
negativity and all
so
that.
you don't think that they had their yes man or yes woman in this case? You don't
Yeah,
think that?
that lady that sit on the right side of man flat, that was that pusher right there. Oh, she good. She good.
Right.
I like her.
So
Hire her.
so
So the mayor hired her. Who's that? Who responsible for her? Long, right?
yeah,
Or the mayor?
city manager.
Okay. She like the and Affleck pushed for her. He put his notification on there. Pick her.
Okay,
You
so
good? You got
here's
my right. Pick her.
I guess where I'm trying to go with it is there has to be an alternative. There has to be a reason why you would won't go get somebody that you know. Here's what I say, twin, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong or going in the right direction or not. I think that they chose somebody that they knew that they can bully and do what needed to be done, or what they didn't want to be done. And that was somebody that was going to come in and do proper police work, do certain things that was going to change the city and put us, make it safe. And they didn't take any of her recommendations. He didn't, some of the things that she said that needed to be done, they didn't even take it in consideration. I mean, why would you hire
So
someone?
you saying that she probably they probably ignore her, whatever she did, like at the table, sitting at the table, like,
Say,
hey, I recommend y'all to do it this way. Hold
well,
on,
it's not,
hold on, we'll get
look,
back with you.
I've been saying, hold on, twin, I've been saying that for at least 3 years about that
Yeah,
situation. Okay. And it
yeah,
was all an assumption. Everybody could get on me and say, bro, you don't really know. There's no proof. That's just a pure assumption. And I say to some people, sometimes actions in other places can prove a point that you don't have proof on. Proof is sometimes in the making. All right, by watching things happen. It doesn't necessarily mean you was in the room and you heard things. You can watch how
yeah.
people react and how they do things and how they move into situations. That's enough proof for me. So for 3 years, I've
Yeah.
been watching. I even had a conversation with the lady when I had her on camera down at the courthouse, and I said, why don't the judges, why don't the police department, the prosecutor's office, and city council get together and have a conversation with judges? She claims that she made that recommendation to city hall and they wouldn't even pay her any attention. I believe that.
Wow.
I believe that because it's impossible for the police department. She was down there about mental health and police officers being attacked by people out here with mental health issues. And I changed the subject when I had a conversation with her about, well, wait a minute, what about all these people being dropped off in neighborhoods? And she walked away from me respectfully. I'll play the video again so people can see it. But I just want people to know that I believe that she has absolutely been making recommendations that just her hierarchies, they were not paying attention to her. They didn't want her to do. I think they did that lady that does the superintendent, the school superintendent. I think they did her the same way. We don't want you to come here to succeed. We want you to come here and do what we want you to do. You see what I'm saying? And you're going to do it our way. And if you don't do it our way, then you out of here. Now, in this particular
That
case,
sound about right,
yes,
player.
and in this case with the police chief, this is what happened. Well, we know this shit and our policies are messed up. We know what we running into. We know what we doing here. And now you're going to be the fall guy. I don't feel sorry for her because she could have told people a long time ago. And granted, I'm not mad at her because who go on a job they've been on a job for 30 years and they just going to give up their pension. They're going to give up everything to tell the truth out here. Not too many people would do it. So I'm not mad at her for not telling the truth or exposing what was really going on. But just my questioning to her 2.5 years ago, I can tell by her body language, I can tell by her facial expression that I struck a nerve. It's not that I told her anything that she wasn't aware of. I don't think I invented any wheel or anything there. I think what happened is somebody finally asked her on a camera of something that needed to be asked, and nobody was talking about it. That's what happened.
Wow, man, that's crazy.
And I'm
man,
just
so it's a new intern, right?
I guess yeah, that's what they
Yeah.
announced. And here's
So
the thing:
did that.
the lawyer
One thing,
I'm
man.
sorry, bro. The lawyer
Yeah.
of the chief today in a statement said they don't even have a grounds of dismissal. They haven't listed anything. He is going to have a field day. I don't see how he would make this statement out in broad daylight if it's not true. They have not listed a cause of termination. All right. So what they're doing right now, and I don't understand leadership that does this.
Leave now.
You're just going to fire somebody without cause and then go look for something to find. You're going to find something to fire them for. And that shows you the lack of leadership, or you don't have very smart leadership doing that. Okay, that's not how I would never come in and fire somebody out of my office and not have probable cause to do it or grounds to fire them.
Tomorrow to that story, man, so it's about accountability. Something like you said, somebody had to be the fall guy. And they took out the weakest link.
But why? Why is there a fall guy here?
They don't want, because he don't, man, at the end of the day, why? If you look at this old puppet show that really going on in Cincinnati, they don't, one of them somebody got to be the downfall, man.
Okay, but what does that say to the people? To the people,
man, they don't give a fuck about you. That's what they mean to me.
What I'm saying to
don't
you
nobody, that man, I don't care what nobody say. At the end of the day, regardless of the situation, man, or what's going on in the city of Cincinnati, that damn Affleck the cause, man. I don't care. That's my word, not stand on. You the head nigga in charge of Cincinnati. You got all this going on in the city and downtown. You ain't come out and say, I fucked up the church's money. Because you're full of shit, dude. That's your man's in there, why? But damn it, Ray Charles can see this shit.
My man in them. I mean, yeah, he's one.
No, you coattail his ass, right? Hey, he's doing a good job and all that. But that's I gotta respect you. I can't knock over you. That's your man.
Yes, I believe.
Okay, I can't knock you. That's your man. You keep him on that side. But guess what? I don't like your people. Why? Just like you probably don't like mine.
What you misunderstanding?
I don't fuck with your kind either.
Okay, what you misunderstanding is I
ain't got no misunderstanding about nothing. Cause you see, I'm seeing through the door, man. Bruh. That dude full of shit. Okay. Just man up and nigga say you fucked up. Bruh. Now you gotta take the girl out.
Bro, what I'm telling you is this. Okay. I'm telling you that he's one of my favorite guys because he's one of the best finessers. I'm not saying he's the best. He's not like one of the best mayors when it comes down to what he's doing for the city and for my people. I'm saying he's been able to strategically form a group of people around him that keeps black folks off his ass. That's what makes him a great finesser. He's unbelievable when it comes down to my people. He knew how to strategically put people in a way in ways for them to get to the
all do. They need our vote,
they don't.
Right?
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yeah, the fuck you a damn lie.
No, they don't.
Come on, man. Democrats need our vote.
Who was the last leader? Who was the last mayor? Wasn't it John
Cranley?
And the same black folks that don't
say the damn niggas up. Didn't give a damn and shit. Took care of Hyde Park.
Cranley was the last mayor.
Yeah.
And black folks didn't rock with him. Like they rock with AFTAC.
He got enough black votes.
Because it had nothing to do with Cranley, though.
I'm
Okay,
talking about
Connie
Cranley. You said
Pillard's
who was
got
the
enough
last
votes to
mayor?
Connie Pillard's got enough votes to win too. Black folks don't
Man,
really know her because it was what I'm saying to you,
man,
twin,
they
is
want to
sometimes.
get Melissa because she ran through the Adidas, man.
Well,
That was a call. And people got tired of Adidas running Cincinnati and
all
Hamilton County,
okay,
period.
okay.
Come on, why? Tell the truth and shame the
I've
devil.
been
Come
saying it,
on, man.
bruh,
Bring your ass back to Cincinnati.
bruh,
You've been in Florida too long, man.
all I'm
You've
telling
been
you,
cooking too long. Bring your ass back for the winter, man.
no,
And
what
check this shit out.
no, what I'm saying, what I'm trying to tell you, brother,
What's up,
I
man?
understand what you're saying, but you making it sound like I'm saying the opposite, and I'm not. I'm
I
telling you
know
something.
what you think. Oh, come on, Wyatt.
I'm saying to
Come on,
you
man.
that when y'all voted Connie Pillage in, she was the only option that we really had. Black folks chose her without even knowing her because you talk so bad about the other side. We just gonna go with this one right here. And my point was, why didn't you find out who you was dealing with? And that's how people do us. It's we gonna focus in on the bad person and not talk about the person that's gonna be representing us. And then we don't know who we end up with. We don't know what we getting. And that's been going on for years. And there's people that infiltrate certain parties and they do that
Yeah.
to you. They know that all they got to do is get with certain black folks. That's why I told you your current mayor, bro. He is my favorite mayor. I've never seen one in the city of Cincinnati be able to put the proper pieces around him that keeps him off of the radar from us. If not Joe Diddy's, but if what's Cranley, if he was moving, if the city was under his control right now, under his administration, with the same people he had around him, black folks would be at his throat. They would say, you're incompetent. Our city is not safe. Our little black boys are down there shooting on Fountain Square. They shooting inside of buildings. They getting drug off. They being found in Westwood with their heads cut off. There would be an uproar of what's going on with our black boys if this was anybody other than our current mayor. I'm just telling you. And the reason there has to be a reason why nobody's saying anything from our community, because you playing chess. You got the proper people around you where if you say something about his ass, not only are you attacking black people and you don't like black people and this and this and that, and he ain't even black. That's just how much manipulation going on. Not only that, I'm just saying, I'm being honest. Not only that, you can't even criticize the people that he got around him because now you're criticizing a black woman. It is something that is being used to manipulate us from us making proper decisions and having proper representation because there's money involved. And I keep trying to tell everybody politics is business. So if business is involved, people are capitalizing. And if you want to be a sideline person and just sit back and say, well, we got to do this, we got to do that, and we got to do now, what you got to do is you got to get the right people in the right places and get all the people that's benefiting from all this bullshit. You got to get them out of the way. And I know they don't like me saying this because a lot of them benefit. If you're not benefiting off of what's going on in your city, then you probably if you're benefiting, you probably don't like what I'm talking about.
Across the board, across the city, any other city, I think black folks that Trump been in the house, I think a lot of black folk woke up now. Like I'm not about to sit up there and keep voting down the slate as a Democrat and all that. Not as a Democrat. I'm just saying they go put the right people in there.
Well,
that's one.
I don't want to take it to the federal level because what a lot of people don't understand is your local level is more important. Trump's policies, and as much as they want to,
reason why I said it because they want to blame everything on them when it's your own people in your own city that's doing you like this. That's what I was. See, I don't know. I was barely paying attention to this little puppy show that I got tired of because that man sit up there on TV and just look. If you just look at him, man. Just listen to his body language. I'm like, this man a damn lie, man. He just won't take accountability. Like, man, I messed up the church's money. He want to throw the girl under the bus and everything. You fired and all that. But look at this, Wyatt. I look at Chicago for a good reason. The reason why I look at that, Chicago is straight Democrat, really. 98% of Democrat. And you got the people that was there all their life. You had abandoned building, a school been shut down for 30 years, and y'all open up for the immigrant. That's what Chicago Flip Red is about. Man, I ain't worried about no, we go flip Chicago and turn it to Republican type. No, it's an organizational group that was formed to take on corruption. And what you call it doing, and people don't realize she waking their ass up, Danielle and Zoe ass waking their ass Zoe, not that other dude, whatever, waking their ass up and saying, hey, this ain't going on no more. Y'all spend all them millions and millions of dollars to immigrants, but you couldn't help out the motherfucker with their tax, with their property tax, and you went up on the property tax and gas and that thing else, but you couldn't look out. That's what I pay attention to. This puppet show that they got going on in Cincinnati, man, I really care less about it, man, because they not true to the people, man.
Well,
They ain't
it's
true to
important
the
to me.
people.
It's important to me, and the reason why it's important to me because I like to point out certain things that I think people miss sometimes, and that's
And then
probably my
that
fault.
bogus no king. What the fuck you protest for? What? You protest over what? Man, y'all been marching 50, 60 years. What you marching for? At the end of the day, man, there ain't number five you throwing at that man. Let that man cook. Y'all should have let his ass cook from 2016 to 24. Y'all would have an upper hand. Because ain't no way. I knew you was going to get back up in that, regardless of my vote or whoever. That man was getting back up in there if y'all look at it and stuff. Because y'all been playing the people, man. Y'all use us all the time. Yo, you Democrats uses us, man. Hey, see you in the next 4 years, and this the results we get. Hell, I knew the food stamps was gonna get cut one day, but it
Well,
ain't about no damn food stamps, man. It's really about ourselves, man. Help take care of our own self, man. We need the government for nothing or handout. Want to keep on tossing? You ignorant, you stupid. You ain't black enough. You don't vote for that person, man. What? When that ever came about? Where they do that at? I ain't never came about in no black community. But you, because I ain't black enough for you, I'm not educated. And I gotta be stupid, dumb, and all that. Because I don't want to go roll with the roll. Oh man, no, you bombing out here. Don't do that.
okay.
That's why we ain't never gonna come no fault for being like that. But that's
No,
how I see it in
no,
my
I
eyes.
hear you.
Why?
I just think
That's
that
what I.
I think that we need a resurface of thought. I just think that I get tired of talking about the failures of what we got going on when I know there's so many people that look like you and I, and they're very successful. And it seems like the things that we talk about the most are all the failures versus, and you would think when you see a bunch of failure, you'll think that that's how it is everywhere. That's how everybody is, and that's not what it is. This is a small Cincinnati is a small is a small spot. There's a lot of small spots, but there's a lot of us that are out here doing things that are really big. All right, and I just don't think that we see it enough. All right. And I just think that we need to pay more attention to that because you'll see how those people are moving. The people that are doing bigger things. You'll see how they move and how they make their decisions. And sometimes, you have to get the blueprint from other people. That's it.
Yeah, I'm going down to Mississippi this weekend. Check out this land my cousin just bought, man. We the same age, from the streets hustling, man. So God damn it, I got mine. He said he go get a millie. I said, yeah. Hopefully I'm right behind you.
You gonna get what?
So I'm a million. He trying to reach a million.
Oh,
A million.
on what? Some
But
property?
uh
On what? Some property?
no, well, we did our thing back in the day. Why and you know, he got out and flipped the whole game and he bound so he got property and them people mad at him.
Oh,
And then people tried to, I got word and I sent them like, man, let them go. Like back doing you thing. And people tried to because what they call in a wheelchair, paralysis,
mm-hmm,
something like that.
mm-hmm.
My cousin in a wheelchair, he can't move around like he wants to, but he do what he got to do and stuff and everything. But he told me, hey, cause I'm trying to get this land and all that. Okay, well, what you gonna do? And we talked and everything, but that's what I'll be listening to people like that and see what I can fit in there and all that. But I don't really, and off this conversation, off this phone, no. really talk to the politics shit, man.
You
I don't
talk
really,
about
that's,
politics all the time.
but I'm talking about on your phone, on the radio and all
Oh,
that.
you mean away from here?
That stuff, but away from here, though, in the real life in the streets, man, I don't bring no damn politics up, man.
Well,
I
let's
pay
try
attention to
having
my
those
city and
conversations.
everything, but other than that, I'll talk about good positive stuff, man. I don't really talk about that on when I'm off the line. And then
All
I
right.
just, really hate, really, if I get around, you get around me, whatever, we ain't gonna talk about no damn politics. Be
Okay.
honest.
I'd
I
like to
won't. I
talk to that
probably
twin.
engage like
I'd
and let
like to
people
talk to
know
that
like this
twin
what
with
they
you.
doing in my city. I'll put in a wild lap, but real life, man, hell no.
I would love to
Talking about
talk to
damn
that twin.
politics.
I would
Hell,
love
you
to
will
talk to
never
that.
catch me talking about no damn let you say something stupid. Well, you voted for man, get your ignorant ass out of my face, man, with that. You know the cause and what's the reason why. Man, the Democrats was gangster when I was growing up. Why? You know they were. Come on, it was a democracy and all that. Them niggas had them gangsters had them accountable. The local league, you ain't do what I say. Y'all think you won't get my vote? Now act on it. You better be about being. They used to be cool, man. They used to be squares, man. Hey, they needed a vote. Hey, all right, get this movement fucked and everything. What you want? They ain't like that no more. We got these soft head ass local leaders now. Man, it's all about money, man. I don't care about the people, man. See you in the next 4 years. See you in the next 2 years. That
All
ain't
right.
right, man. You talking about democracy, man, whatever. It's supposed to be what, for the people, by the people. No, it reversed the curse, man. I ain't going in different direction. I'm sorry. I had to vent and get out my chest. I couldn't wait till you come back Monday or whatever. Today's day Tuesday, whatever.
Yeah.
So I could get out my chest. Cause man, this a puppet show to me, man. That man don't want to take accountability or nothing, man.
Well,
It's
I
his
just
fault, and I'm pointing the finger at that man. You run Cincinnati after it's your fault, man. You knew what she was about. You probably, like you said, brung all type of recommendation. Hey, I need to do this. A center, an initiative, or whatever. Hey, I need to do this. I recommend it. We should do it. Like, hold on, I'll get back at. Let me holler at my map. Hold on, let me holler at you. Know, I probably heard that 3 or 4 times. Why?
all right.
Emails and all. So I know she got receipts showing that. Hey, this what I told him.
Well,
I hope she do.
I've had a couple people reach out to me that who have been on the force for a long time, and they're saying
Yeah,
that this, huh?
I say yeah.
They're saying that there's a lot more that's going to come out here since they've turned their back on her and blaming her, or there's a lot of stuff. Here's what's going to happen, twin. That's it,
Somebody probably start singing the
twin.
Temptation.
I got other
Hey,
calls
hey,
coming,
hey,
bro. I
hey, hey,
appreciate.
my fault. Hey, be safe, boy.
All right, brother.
Everybody in the town keep listening, man.
All
All
right,
right.
appreciate you engaging. Here's what I think is going to happen. This is my prediction, and then I'm going to move on. Okay. I missed a couple calls. Um, Here's what I think is going to happen. I think that the city knows that they made a bad move by, releasing her of her the chief of her duties without cause. I mean, they didn't really show anything. At least her attorney said they haven't even shown any reasoning of releasing Chief Thiegy. And I think what they're going to do, they're going to have to settle with her. Now she's claiming she wants to come back to work, but she's not. There's no way that she's going to return to the job. This is my opinion. I don't think she's going to return to the job. I think that's part of the leverage. That's part of the negotiations. And that is, okay, I'm going to come back to my salary. I'm going to come back to my pension. I'm going to come back. I'm going to have my position. I'm going to do this and this and this and that. That's part of the strategy of negotiation, right? She has no intentions of coming back as the chief of police of Cincinnati. No intentions whatsoever. It's really just a negotiation bar. That's all it is. So what they're going to do, they're going to hide everything that she can possibly say. They're going to put it in a non-disclosure. They're going to pay her off, just like Arnetta Wright, and just like everybody else that they lose to. This is business, and this is your tax dollars. But this is business for them. When we ass up, when we mess up, we're just going to pay the person out. We're going to put it in a situation where she can't come back and say anything. She can't write a book. She can't tell you how she did certain things. She's already releasing a little bit of information right now through our attorney by saying things like, well, they didn't take any of her recommendations on how to knock down crime. You see what I'm saying? That's a red flag for city council. That is definitely a red flag for your current administration. How do you have a CEO of a department not be able to operate or function like a CEO? They can't run it the way they want to run it. And you're going to fire me for running it the way you made me run it. and you don't even really have any reasoning on paper of why you're firing me. So all of this will be swept under a rug. Trust what I'm telling you. They're going to buy her out. They're going to give her, she's going to have to sign a non-disclosure, so she can't come back and tell the truth of the incompetency or how she was handcuffed from doing her job properly. And none of us will ever know the truth. You won't know it in 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years. That's exactly what's going to be. That's the outcome. That's what's going to happen with that. Okay, so we can sit back, fuss, cuss, argue, talk about the administration, this and that. But just how it went down lets me know the competency level of what we're dealing with. And it really validates everything that I've been saying and what I've been saying about these people. They have no intentions of securing and helping Black folks whatsoever. It's all one of them things that they say to make you feel good. That's it. All right. And unfortunately, some people get it and some don't. Some want to discredit me. And I really don't care about that, because for 5 years, what have I been saying here that makes you feel like I'm trying to make you do something different than, think about it. I haven't tried to influence you. I just given you information. All right. I don't talk about what everybody want me to talk about. I talk about what I know. All right. And what I've been trying to tell y'all is, I guarantee you Chief Fiji had a problem with the court system releasing young Black men back into the community with gun charges and just letting them out there on OR bonds back into the same communities. I guarantee you this police chief had an issue with that. And when her lawyer spoke up today, that was part of the problem. That was part of her grievance. Okay. And that was, you all didn't listen to me. I had some strategic plans and you didn't take them in consideration. You wouldn't even hear me out. You wouldn't even go talk to the judges. We're talking about her supervisor and of course the mayor. Y'all wouldn't even pay it any attention. And I'm the only one that's been sitting here saying this, but yet I know I can't say that I told you so I won't tell you that. But what I will say is, you'll never have the answer because you let the fish off the hook. You'll never know the truth because you won't believe the truth. So in order for the truth to come out, it's going to have to come out of Chief Fiji's mouth. And I can tell you right now, they've already set the tone where they're going to shut her down, shut her up, get her paid, and get her up out of here. You'll never know that they wanted her to not report certain things, that they didn't want it to go there. It is business for certain people to keep shit chaotic. It is business to have kids running around here with their heads running around doing crazy shit. It's business. All right? That's just what it is. If y'all don't believe it, then damn it, don't believe it. Don't even come here if you don't believe it. This is what I talk about. All right? If they wanted to fix some of this shit, it's not as hard to fix. All you got to do, the first thing you got to do is you got to have an open mind. You got to be able to understand why people do the things that they do. You know what? I heard somebody say today that it's because of poverty. Poverty? Okay. One of my favorite people out of Cincinnati, Ohio, Dr. Odell. What did he say? The key to solving poverty is education. So if we're not pushing education, if we're not putting education in our children's lives first, you got some kids out here that's graduating. You only got 35% of children that can read and write and do math at a proficiency level. Okay? If we really want to fix that, we would reprioritize what's important to us. That's the bottom line. This ain't got nothing to do with anything else. This is all about self-accountability. This is all about having people who's supposed to have children take care of children. People who don't supposed to have children shouldn't have children. That's just the bottom line. It's basic math. All right. And here's what a lot of people are missing. We want to blame it on all this other stuff other than what it truly is. It's not that hard. We just make it hard. You know what? I could show you video after video of Cincinnati and neighborhoods that got gangs. I just choose not to do it. You got Bond Hill. You got the Blair Boys. And that shit I remember I was 13, 14 years old when they invented the Blair Boys. I didn't even know the Blair Boys Blair Street Boys was still a thing. You got communities that have gangs in them. What do you think is going to happen when these guys engage down in Fountain Square? You got a guy that's claiming self-defense that we clearly seen take a gun out his waist, shoot while going backwards, and run. That ain't no damn self-defense. That's not self-defense. And then a week prior to that, he's on the box and facing gun charges because he shot another mug somewhere else. How is he out on the street to be able to shoot somebody at the damn chicken joint on Fountain Square? How is that possible? And you want to say, oh, it's because of oppression. I mean, not oppression. That's because of these kids. It's because of the lack of resources. Huh? No, it's what you engage in. The resources are there. There is so many things that people could be doing with their children. You don't look, I know Disney is expensive. I know Disney on Ice come in town. Ain't nobody got no $200 for 4 tickets and shit. Like, I get that, but that's not where it's at. We played tetherball. We played shit with we rode the snowboard. We rode down the hills on snowboards, boxes. Not actual snow. We played outside. We played Killer Man. We played football. We engaged in each other. We had things to do. We didn't have a lot of resources either. You have a culture that promotes violence. That's what it is. Stop trying to make it act like you got all these people. They're very articulate, and they'll make it seem like, well, the reason why we have all this is because of redlining. Okay. So what is the excuse for the other 90% of Black folks that are successful? Success to me is anybody that gets up every day with a schedule, gets up every day and they go to work, they watch their children, they do everything, they go to the grocery store, they wake up every day and they don't commit a crime. That is successful to me. I don't care if you live in check to check or check every other check. You are successful if you're providing for your family and you got things to do. That's it. But y'all, I don't understand why so many people go so hard for the criminal element. I don't understand that. And then you want to make it about everything other than, look, that 10% are making choices. I grew up in that. A lot of us, Donnie, we all grew up in that. We know the difference between poverty and making good decisions. Poverty don't make you make bad decisions. It's there. It might have some influence, but it's not the say so. It is not the say so. We made decisions to get in things because of whatever reason. It wasn't because I couldn't afford no motherfucking CMHA rent. It wasn't because we didn't have enough food stamps to be able to get food at Swartz. It was because a lifestyle was being sold to us. That's all. Stop trying to justify bullshit. Stop trying to make it seem like somebody got their foot on your neck. That's not necessarily what it is. It's too many successful Black. If it was the other way around, 10% of us was successful and the other 90 was struggling and we was just dusty and disgusted, that would be a different argument. You got too many Black children in college right now. What happened to them? That had single mothers or had single daddies. You got too many people that look like me that made sacrifices for their children so their children can do what they want to do, so their children could be better than them. But yet, soon as some shootings and shit go on, we want to make it sound like it's the system. It's not. Okay, it's choices that people make. They out there fighting in the Fay. They could be up at Roll Hill playing bumper pool or playing some fucking pool table or shooting baskets or something. No, they choose to be out in the streets. What up, Faye? to my people in the Faye, y'all know what it is. These are choices because of the music we listen to, because of the games that we get involved in. It's a cultural-based problem. It's not a Black people. I know white people listen to that same shit. I'm just trying to find where the white folks who listen to that, where do they go and do the thing? Why ain't they shooting on Fountain Square? I'm just curious. I'm not suggesting they don't shoot. I keep telling y'all they all the penitentiary full of white people and black people. But all I'm trying to figure out is, why do we have all these people, intelligent people? The only people that I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna get me messed up. Not messed up, because I don't really care. It seemed like the only people who validate, and I don't mean validate it in a way like they trying to justify it all the way, but the people who have the most to say and try to take the sting out of the reality, take the sting out of reality, are people who benefit from the shit existing in the first place. Like, I'm a little bit different personally. I feel like if I didn't have crime and politics to talk about, I'm diverse enough to be able to have a conversation about other stuff. That's just how I feel about me. I could talk about real estate. I could talk about businesses. I can talk about other things. Some people, if they're not talking about how fucked up it is to be black, they ain't really got nothing to talk about. If they ain't talking about politics and the ticking and all, they don't bring anything else to the table. So what I'm saying to you is, there are people who benefit. Most people who talk this shit benefit from it. Al Sharpton wouldn't make $3 million a year teaching y'all motherfuckers how to do the stocks. He don't know nothing about it. He can't talk about anything other than what's wrong, or he has to make it a big problem. So that's where I'm at with it. So look, all I'm gonna say to you is this. I'm gonna end it on this, on a note like this. I got this thing that I talk about with how we can work together and how we can do things together. I want y'all to see this video that was sent to me. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It is a video of a husband and a wife, black folks, who started their own mall. Okay? And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to critique it a little bit. It don't have to be Forest Fair Mall in Cincinnati. That's not even a thing anymore. But y'all remember Forest Fair Mall. It doesn't have to be Tri-County Mall. It's not a thing anymore. It doesn't have to be Kenwood Mall. It just has to be a mall where we can revolve our dollars more than once. See what I'm saying? You have to learn how to make money from all cultures, all different people. And as long as we sitting here doing what we doing right now, we being left behind. I was just with my kids, with my family, and I shouldn't even tell y'all this, but somebody made a statement. I'm looking at these Indians, and they pull up in a nice one of those X7s, BMWs, big body, nice car right here, and it's some Indian folks, younger people. And somebody says, I don't know how those people come here and how they get so much money. And because in Florida, they have some very nice homes. They have some very nice cars. And I'm a firm believer that I never judge people by how their car look, how their house look, because you never know. Somebody might have died and left them $5 million. Somebody might have, they may have inherited some money. You just never know. But my answer is always this to my children. I always say, well, babe, don't look at what they got, because you don't even know if that's her car. You don't even know if that's his car. You don't know the situation. But I do tell them this. Well, I know that them Indian folks come over here and they go to school. They go to university. They come here to the United States to go to the universities, to major universities. Not all major, but they go to school to be something. And that's how they end up with a $130,000 job, and they've been out of school for a year, 2 years. This is how they get in professions. They go to school to be professionals, and that's what acquires all the stuff that you see. That's how they get it. They go to school, they do things, they apply themselves to something. That's how it's done. Okay? Don't sit back here thinking they just come to this country and they just get things and they can have. look, I didn't raise mine like that, so I don't want them thinking that way. But at the same time, I watch them put that work in. And the other thing, I'll tell y'all something that happened to me the other day, and then I'm gonna play this video. I went into a store like a Costco, and there was this old lady working there. You know how they had a sample, whatever, you know, they have a sample like taste or something in a little cup. And I walk over, my daughter and I walk over to this lady. She had to be 70. She was passing out the samples. And she said, I said to her, I said, thank you. And she said, she looked at my daughter because she had a shirt on, a sweatshirt on from a university. And she said, you're in school, sweetheart? Now, this was a white lady, an older white lady. And my daughter said, yeah, I'm in school. I'm finishing up, you know. And she said, well, that's good. A friend of mine left, she said, some school. I don't know if it was Central Florida or something like. She left. She said that this friend of hers left $5 million for girls that were going into, I think, computer programming. It was a field. It was a computer field that she left this money for. And it was just for females, for all girls. And the lady who worked there, 75-year-old white lady, she told my daughter, like, what are you majoring in? Because I know they giving scholarships out because a friend of mine gave $5 million to the school before he died. And they're giving out scholarships for this field. And it was computer related. My daughter said, well, no, I'm in medicine and blah, blah, blah. And so she said, oh, okay, that's fine. So I do the joke thing that I did. And I said, her name was Miss Peggy. Peggy on her tag. I said, Miss Peggy, I said, this isn't, Vernon, this is not Costco negativity. Not at all. This just happened to be the location. And I said to her, I said, Miss Peggy, you got friends that's leaving $5 million like that? And the first thing that came to my mind on this white lady, because I'm a little brainwashed a little bit too. I sometimes think certain kind of ways when I seen Miss Peggy passing out and she was talking that $5 million leaving and this and this and that. I said to myself, before I got the clear story, I said, Miss Peggy must be one of them old ladies that's rich, that's just finding something to do with her time. All her kids are gone. Or what. I've just had this whole painted picture of what Miss Peggy was and who she was. Miss Peggy said, I did have a friend who left $5 million. The problem is he passed away and he left me some money and he left my grandkids some money and he donated the rest of his money to some universities, to some schools. And I said, oh, and I said, wow. I said, you got friends like that? She said, no, he's not really a friend. We grew to be friends. I cleaned his house for 25 years. I never seen in my mind, and y'all can judge me and say whatever you want to say about me, but I think a lot of us do this. We prejudge people. I didn't look at this white lady as being the help. I didn't see her as being the housekeeper. I didn't see her as that. She looked like she was, you know, she was 75 years old, basically. So she looked older, but she didn't look like she was in need of anything. So I looked at her and I was like, wow, he left all your children trust funds for, you know, she said, well, he paid for the schools, you know, and he left me a little something too. He was from Egypt. He was from Egypt. And I worked for him for 25, 30 years. I cleaned his house that long. And I walked, my daughters were with me, and I said, see, this is why we can't judge people. Because we thought that she was on the winning end of that $5 million. We thought she was the rich person, and it was actually somebody whose house she cleaned for 25 years. So she basically was Florence, you know what I'm saying, from the Jeffersons. She worked for the rich man. And we thought, well, I thought she must come from a wealthy family. No, she was the housekeeper. And see, I try to teach my kids things like we can't prejudge people. We can't be in a position where, you know, we think that certain people got it better than us. We don't even know their affiliation to, we don't even know how they got what they got. We don't know anything about people like that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not really concerned with how people get what they get. We just need to focus on how we can get it. I would be more concerned on how do we work together? How do we get it? So I want to show you this video of this husband and wife. I think it's a great story. I think it's something I love to share with everybody. And I would love to hear some success stories from people that I know who can do the same thing. Check it out.
This is the first Black-owned shopping plaza in Fayetteville, Georgia. It's called Kingdom Corners. This 15,000 square foot development has 7 different businesses owned by power couple Winchell and Felicia. They started out as a barber and a nurse, and now they've built a real estate empire. Not only do they own the shopping plaza, they also own a Smoothie King franchise inside it, offering smoothies, protein shakes, and energy drinks. And with Felicia's nursing background, they opened a med spa called Cleansing Water, offering weight loss programs, body sculpting, IV hydration, and more. And this is one of 3 med spas she owns in Georgia. Inside the plaza, they also have Frida's Bar and Grill. This one was popular Mexican restaurants around, going viral for its huge drinks and having great Mexican food. And there's also Southern Fire Kitchen. This is a soul food spot that tastes like your mama's cooking, known for their turkey wings, fried chicken, and my favorite, the Cajun lobster pasta. And you can't have a shopping plaza without having a nail salon. At Tanzer Nail Bar, you can get a manicure and a pedicure. They're just not creating jobs and helping their community. They've officially made history. Comment below if you'd visit Kingdom Corners. In Fayetteville, Georgia. This is the first Black-owned shopping plaza in Fayetteville, Georgia. It's called Kingdom Corners. This 15,000 square foot development has 7 different businesses owned by power couple Winchell and Felicia. They started out as a barber and a nurse, and now they've built a real estate empire. Not only do they own the shopping plaza, they also own a Smoothie King franchise inside it, offering smoothies, protein shakes, and energy drinks. And with Felicia's nursing background, they opened a med spa called Cleansing Water, offering weight loss programs, body sculpting, IV hydration, and more. And this is one of 3 med spas she owns in Georgia. Inside the plaza, they also have Frida's Bar and Grill. This one was popular Mexican restaurants around, going viral for its huge drinks and having great Mexican food. And there's also Southern Fire Kitchen. This is a soul food spot that tastes like your mama's cooking, known for their turkey wings, fried chicken, and my favorite, the Cajun lobster pasta. And you can't have a shopping plaza without having a nail salon. At Tanzer Nail Bar, you can get a manicure and a pedicure. They're just not creating jobs and helping their community. They've officially made history. Comment below if you'd visit Kingdom Corners.
I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. That is doable. You know, we talk about Black Wall Street, but and everybody who have limited information on Black Wall Street, it's like they'll talk about Black Wall Street, but they won't talk about how something like this could be formed. This is 2025, and these people in Georgia, where was that? Fayetteville, Georgia, were able to do that. Open up a big, I don't know, I guess it was a barn of some sort, and then be able to gut it out and space it, and then let entrepreneurs come in, different businesses come in, and offer a space of business, and then advertise yourself as a mall. And I mean, I know brick and mortars are dying a little bit because, you know, one of the things that I've done, I've been able to go digital. I do a lot of my business now online versus brick and mortar. But it's still people out here that go to stores, go to malls. I mean, you can't get your nails done online, and you certainly can't go get you a nice Mexican meal online. You have to go out to these places and do it. So it's things like that we really should be focusing on. And it's things that we can do together, collectively. All right. And, you know, the criticism, anybody that criticizes success, they're just stuck in an area. Look. It's not that hard to shine in a dark room, but it's hard to shine in a brighter area. See what I'm saying? Now, that's just something that's just the truth. It's like people want to shine in some of the darkest spaces, but it's hard to shine when you got other people that are shining with you. Some people love to be in the conversations of what's wrong and what's the matter and this. I get it. If that's your space, that's your space. But stay out of the light. Stay out of the light. Stop trying to knock everybody else's shine down. You know what I mean? We just got to work on that. All right. So look, man, I've had a great day today. Today was one of those days. I've had a recent tragedy in the family that I've been trying to get away from today. My sister-in-law passed away, and we're going to get all that handled this week. And I've known her for 35 years of my life. She was a big part of our family. She left 3 daughters, 6 grandkids, and we never know when our last days, when it's our time. We never know. And God gave her a good life, gave her great kids, great grandkids, and she'll be truly missed. I this is the one sister-in-law that was I want to say it was my wife's favorite sister. I shouldn't say that on the air. They were people used to call them twins. I know twin is probably gonna trip out on that, but they used to call them twins because even though they're close to 10 years apart, they had features that were unbelievably, I mean, the markings, they have the same mole in the same spot. And it's just, Pam, you're going to be truly missed, sis. I'm sorry that I wish people knew you. I wish, if you grew up in the Faye, if you grew up on Baltimore Avenue, if you grew up, if you grew up on the West Side, the O'Neill girls. And I want to just say to my sister-in-law, rest up, Pam, because you deserve it. You spent years working, and you mean a lot to everybody in the family. So the crazy thing about how life works is Pam's birthday is the same day as my grandmother, and Pam died the same day as my mother. I just, I don't know what, that's just crazy to me. And I didn't want to go the day without saying that. Sierra says, Pam O'Neill, that's my mom's cousin. Did she grow up on Baltimore Avenue? Because that's probably a common name, I would think. It's not, but yeah, she's an O'Neill girl, yeah. And she'll be truly missed. So I'm gonna get on out of here. It's 3:30. I gotta go. I have a 4:00 appointment. So peace and love to everybody, man. Rest up, Pam. We'll be back here tomorrow, same place, same time, 1:00. Peace and love to everybody.
I was raised in the hood, called what the diff. Where the brothers in the hood be chivalrous. So I rest defense on my ligaments. Pistol grip, pump on my lap. Risking it, no life giving. Never giving it back, too late for slipping. So slack up. And so my life is on your lips, so trap shut. I still dick long, slick, but punk butts. And I'm saying, ain't no question who the man is. In my civic and in this show biz. I should fool, I can fool. Come on, what you say? I think take care of all you motherfuckers, no delay. Right away. Pump on my lap at all times. Mr. Grip, pump on my lap at all times. Mr. Grip, pump on my lap at all times. Niggas fuck with other niggas shit, but they fuck with mine. Mr. Grip, pump on my lap at all times. Cause chicks be out for your blind side. Never understood it, but remember I showed you that in the 90s you gotta look over your shoulder. Strap, well that ain't nothing, you just looking high. And a cop ain't good for shit, but just passing you by. If they're in trouble on the double, best to call your pals. And if you ain't got them bitch, I got million styles around me. Are we getting along? Well, family, we better be. We got your back, 10. Don't be pointing no more than them. Alright, man. Pistol grip, pump on my lap at all times. Pistol grip, pump on my lap at all times. Pistol grip, pump on my lap at all times. Niggas fuck with other niggas shit, but they fuck with mine. Pistol grip, pump on my lap at all times. Pistol grip, pump on my lap at all times. Pistol grip, pump on my lap at all times. Niggas fuck with other niggas shit, but they don't fuck with mine. Rhyming is a cinch, son of a bitch, I'm rich, but that don't mean you can get me. Cause all of my peoples is pimps, players man. She loves me, and I'm a single solitary witness to the party. And if you didn't know, should've asked somebody. Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. Niggas fuck with other niggas shit, but they don't fuck with mine. Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. Pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. Niggas fuck with other niggas shit, but they don't fuck with mine. Pistol grip pump. 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 Hey man, hey.